Right, so rationality. Rationality, it kills reason, it kills true reason, pure reason. And why that seems to be so is because we're entrained in relations to energies coming through the mediums of our environments and others. We're taught to follow, to be rational and follow reason, to establish a logic for communal sake, for consensus sake. But we're not taught how to use the reason. We're taught to fall into the trance of what it is and mimic it, emulate it, to not truly think for ourselves. And this is how we establish norms and we grow as a species, create other things. But there are times in life when the reason, the rationale itself is out of time, it's out of step with time. And to project into the future your ideations, what you feel to be true, what you know to be true, is replicating the reason of entrainment. And the only way to get around that or get through that or get into that truly is to get into the reason of you. The mind is the responds. It has to respond from within, the heart, in order to give true, pure reason. When you hold true reason, pure reason, your rationale is more base. It has room for improvement. Because your choices aren't black and white. They aren't end game for gain sake. It's not the possession of some entrainment. It's a flow. This, I feel, is what we're learning. A lot of our lives teach us this. When you think, you can build up consensus value, relational value. You can become gifted and smart and talented in something. And so we're rewarded for it. But we're not able to tap into that which is pure within us, which has no relation in that other than nostalgia. When the heart was out of step with time, like the rationale. So finding your reason, the world will always give you a lot of reasons. Sometimes those reasons are very serendipitous, even though they may look otherwise. I feel that's what's happening in the world now. Of course, things will always get hard and they always get easy. You got to have one to have the other. If you're settling on a pure reason within, then it's not as much of an issue. I see a lot of signs in the times and society and my peers, the humans of this place, of which I am. I see changes. I see the skeleton of what those changes are growing into, and we are in a divergence. The species is changing. I think it's happened many times. I feel it has. But the only reason any species exists is because it has other species in relation to it. If all the trees in the forest were the same lineage, then a disease would wipe them all out. So I see this coming together of ages right now. I'm piecing together what that actually is. Sometimes I'm consumed by it, other times it just flows. The understanding comes. We're part of the change, the split is in psyche and consciousness. There will be those, just like in the myth of Atlantis, those in tune with their emotions, their intuition, spirit, communicate through different means, more subtly reading, interpreting the energy from within rather than from without. And then there are those, just like as it's said in the legend, who lost that ability and traded it for reason so that they could construct abstractions into reality and build science and a yang expression. So I don't know if Atlantis was real or if it's just an analogy to understand cycles. I'm guessing though it probably is, and it's probably happened, could be called something else, probably happens many times. But there is going to be symbiosis with AI, where people are no longer, they don't understand the value to even develop connection to spiritual energies, felt presence of experience. The felt presence of experience is going to be shared to give life to some other expression, which is technology and the bridge connection there. I just know that shadow progression from the past is what holds the tech. So I feel it is part of the polarity of those coming into realization of themselves. So it is that old narration fading away. So I feel those who retain their connection to reality are the progenitors of this place. So I'm focused on being one of them. But I'm not dismissing my hubris. I could be completely wrong and just paranoid, which is a compliment to me, because you're more aware, and not everyone can hold that. So it's okay. We need all types. So find your reason. Anchor in your own gravity.